Hi, this is Barbara Taffy with the Alternative Health and Beauty channel, where being healthy is beautiful. This video is about how garlic can help you fight an infection and how garlic is nature's own natural antibiotic. Garlic is grown on a plant and it's been used in cooking and in the Western world for well over 100 years. It's been used in different countries and parts of the world for probably well over 1,000 years or longer. And some of the more ancient cultures did recognize it as a really good way to fight infection. They used it as an antibiotic and to help heal with a lot of other things. The main component in garlic is allicin, and allicin in particular can help fight parasites. So we in the United States don't have too much of a problem with that, although occasionally we do. And it's also, if it makes your body a less favorable host to them, you might not have a problem with them to begin with. I'm going to place some of the health evidence in the description below. So if you wanted to see some of the studies, please go ahead and check that out. I'm going to talk more about taking garlic, raw or cooked garlic in its natural form. Although you can certainly take garlic supplements if you really don't like the taste of garlic or it's not convenient. I recommend taking or consuming 2 to 4 cloves of garlic per day. And when I say clove, I'm talking about just an individual piece of the garlic bulb, not 3 or 4 garlic bulbs per day. And they, in addition to being antibacterial, it's also antiviral and, as I mentioned, antiparasitic. Garlic is very easily available and it's very inexpensive, and it would be really nice if in some of the more underdeveloped countries that don't have such access to antibiotics, or maybe just don't want to take them excessively, I'd really like to see garlic more readily available. Garlic does thin the blood, so I would really avoid it or talk to your doctor first if you're taking any kind of blood thinning medications. Garlic is regularly used currently, and it has been used by ancient civilizations for a long time for its healing effects, as I just mentioned. It can help prevent food poisoning and intestinal problems. Garlic will kill pathogens and it'll kill candida. And it's just a good overall immune boost for your immune system. It's a prebiotic as well. I use fresh garlic, and to get the highest allicin content, I would crush the garlic or slice it up pretty thin and let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes, because the allicin becomes so much more beneficial when it is allowed to sit out. And this applies to whether you're using garlic to be cooked or in its raw form. However, in its raw form, it is so much more healthy for you. Garlic's good for ear infections. It can also be used on poison ivy. It's good for yeast infections, and it just basically fights any kind of infection almost that your body can get. It's great for colds, infections, and cough, sore throat. So it's just a really good home remedy to have when you're fighting some of the sicknesses we tend to get more in the winter months. It can help with sinus headaches, and there's been a lot of really effective use of garlic mixed with Manuka honey. And below I'm gonna post a link to my video on all the health benefits of Manuka honey, which are just awesome. You can also mix garlic with onions, which is just a super antibiotic, or even with cayenne pepper. Allicin is a sulfur compound, and that is really what makes garlic, such a wonderful superfood for us. And I'll tell you, a friend of mine said that I wouldn't show you that I can actually eat raw garlic on a video, so I will. Here's a garlic, and I can eat it raw. I'm not going to kiss anybody after this. I did hear that another benefit of just eating it raw is that I am going to be protected by vampires. So that's never been a problem for me, and I think that garlic might be the reason why. Raw garlic is way better than a supplement, once I mentioned again, but supplements can be very effective if you're just not interested in the taste of garlic. And there are some formulas that are burpless, so to speak, or if you're sleeping alone, you can take them at night before you go to bed, so your garlic breath doesn't offend anyone. It can detoxify your liver and also help with infectious diseases. And I really, really hope that we start using garlic more in some places where antibiotics are not readily available. It is an antibacterial agent, and what it does is it inhibits the growth of infectious agents. At the same time, it kills pathogens in your body. Even the blood of garlic eaters can kill bacteria. I don't know specifically how that information was found out, but that's what I read. The vapor of fresh garlic can go from even a distance of 20 centimeters, and I've heard of some people sleeping with it very next to their face, within 20 centimeters. So, it just has that sulfur compound that, gives you the surrounding of your face. Garlic and onions and garlics and leeks are just such an awesome combination. I would cook with them together as much as I could possibly do. They contain diallyl disulfide, if I pronounce that right, which is an anti-inflammatory compound, and it limits the effects of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which I'm not sure if that's the pronunciation. It can help with pain, inflammation, and even cartilage damage and arthritis. Garlic helps cure UTIs or bladder infections. There have been some studies that it can help with people with MRSA, and I may have mentioned this in some other videos, but if you have something very serious like MRSA, you need to see a doctor for that. Anything I'm recommending for something serious like that is just an extra. It's the frosting on the cake, not the cake itself. Ear infections have been healed by consuming garlic internally, or I've even heard of people putting a garlic clove in their ear. I've not done that myself, so I'm not really recommending it unless you did some research first. Garlic is used for anything really related to your blood and your heart. It can help with high blood pressure. It can help with high cholesterol, any kind of coronary or heart disease. And again, I don't have much information about that, but I've heard that people, when they know that they're having a heart attack, some people take an aspirin, but you can even put a clove of garlic in your mouth. I mean, if you would happen to just have one there, which I don't know that would be likely to happen. Raw garlic does help also to fight blood clots. It improves blood flow to your arteries, and I just really like to hear your opinion about how often you use garlic in just your diet, and how often you take it as a supplement form, and if you actually use a pill or a tablet or the whole garlic yourself. Garlic also has vitamin K, which is not in a lot of foods, and I want to mention again that you should let the garlic sit for at least 10 to 15 minutes before consuming. Lastly, I have heard that garlic can be effective against E. coli, and just something I'd like to mention, and it's not just with garlic, but with any kind of supplements or superfoods that I'm talking about, you do need to use some common sense. I think 3 or 4 cloves of garlic per day is an excellent addition to your diet. I would not consume 30 or 40. More is not necessarily better. I've had some people ask me questions, and you really do have to use common sense. I mean, almost anything can be damaging to you in excess. And even if you consumed massive amounts of water, it could actually kill you. I mean, we wouldn't naturally do that, but I just wanted to put out some common sense there. If you have any questions, please comment below. And if this video is helpful, please share it and like it. Thanks for watching.